Yo, welcome to Planet 9. And right now, I'm going to show y'all and teach y'all about the spirit and the four elements the spirit used to sustain yourself in the realm of reality you in. You get it? So, by me saying this would be for you to understand what situation you in, and you might be going through this similar situation, and you might not know how to navigate yourself out of it. But if you're on this type of topic and situation alone, you should already be a spirit that already kind of understand these type of energies, where you should be able to navigate yourself out of it. You get what I'm saying? You should be able to navigate yourself out of it because you're that type of spirit. Because it's kind of like I don't want to say a normal spirit wouldn't be in that type of realm of reality, because they might not correlate the spirit how we might correlate the spirit. So they might not be in that situation. But you could take that how you want to. I don't want to be nobody off a cliff or no wrong endings. So I don't like just leaving things A and about. You know what I'm saying? So it could be anybody really, but this just me describing it for you so you understand, because you might be in the spiritual realm and you more into the spirit than other people. And your spirit and really your world and your surroundings is the making of you. You know what I'm saying? So the world ain't ending, just your world might. You get what I'm saying? That's how you're correlated. So the topic I'm getting into is the spirit and the four elements that the spirit will use. And since I'm saying that, since we on this topic, you watching this video, we automatically gotta be on the same type of topic or line of reasons in the first place. Because if you watching this video, you're not into the spirit, then you probably just ran across it and it probably ain't for you in the first place. You get what I'm saying? So that's as far as I'm just say about that. Okay. But the spirit would be more correlated to no thing, not nothing. Like the English language, nothing. I said no thing. No thing, no shape and form. Smokeless, odorless, flammable gas. You know what I'm saying? Your spirit is no thing. No thing. That's it, that's all. It's no thing. You know what I'm saying? That's it, that's all. It's no thing. So don't tie the spirit to anything. Even if they say the spirit is the breath, that's the closest thing they can get to something being the breath. That's correlated to something that looks like air. So they correlate your spirit saying that it is air, and saying your spirit is the air and all that. But your spirit really ain't the air. You get what I'm saying? Your spirit is really no thing. You get what I'm saying? So it's no shape or form. But air would be something that's correlated as like light, so they could tie the spirit to something. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know where the spirit comes from, so you can actually know what you actually trying to say. So when I say no thing, you don't tie the spirit to nothing. You can understand a lot of things, but you don't correlate the spirit to a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? So then you get your spirit lost in the light form, and then you believe you is that light, so that light gotta last forever. So when that light die, or wherever that light go, you gotta go with it. You know what I'm saying? But that's as far as I'm gonna go with that. I'm not trying to go too deep in all that. That's just as far as that goes. So wherever that light goes, you worship that light, and you live in that light form forever. Because if you're gonna sound that, you gotta sound a lot of different stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you want to correlate that light forever. You never leave. You never left that realm of reality. You always be in that world, no matter what it looked like. Whoever created that light, you live in that world forever. You agree to those terms and conditions. You never leave. You know what I'm saying? But alright, look. Fire, water, air, earth. 4 elements, right? You don't worship the elements. Your spirit don't worship the elements. Your spirit control these elements. Your spirit control the 4 elements in this realm of reality. You know what I'm saying? So you could be a spirit experiencing another type of not another type of energy, but you could be in a situation where you might be experiencing your world probably ain't got no fire, water, air, or earth. So since it ain't no fire in your world, you can't really burn through that realm of reality. You know what I'm saying? Your imagination. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no fire there, so you can't really see the light or whatever you want to correlate. You know what I'm saying? So you can't burn nothing. There ain't no fire there. You know what I'm saying? We all know what fire do. Fire burns shit. So you can't burn nothing. There ain't no water there. We all know what water do. So you can't emotionalize nothing. You know what I'm saying? Good luck with a water cycle or anything dealing with water, because there ain't no water in that world. So you really dry as hell. So you can't emotionalize nothing. Yeah, so you can't emotionalize anything. You can't emotionalize anything because there ain't no water there. You know what I'm saying? So it's really just dryness. There ain't no air in that water, so you can't even think and communicate rationally about whatever you're trying to think and communicate about because there ain't no air there. So you really just suffocate with yourself. Your spirit can't die, but as a spirit in that space, you being who you are, whatever you're trying to represent, or your representation of whatever makes you you, or whatever, you just die off from all that. So you just die, but your spirit can't die. Your spirit is no thing. You know what I'm saying? Why would you say your spirit can die in these situations? But you have to exist to witness. It's like, it's weird. It's not weird, but it's like, that's how it play out. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say your spirit can die. You know what I'm saying? Your spirit don't die. A lot of things do die. Death is real. But if you attach your spirit to those things, then you think you are those things. So you die with all those things you thought was your spirit. That's people that think their spirit is all that stuff. There's a difference. People in this world do think the way they think. You get what I'm saying? Some people think that way. They think their spirit is all those things outside of it. They really firmly believe their spirit is those things outside of them. You get what I'm saying? So since they think their spirit is all those things outside of them, then that's what they believe in. You know what I'm saying? But that's as far as they really go. You know what I'm saying? Some people out there don't think that way. They don't think their spirit is the light. They don't think their spirit is all those things outside of them. You know what I'm saying? So the spirit equated to no thing. That they don't tie the spirit towards nothing. You know what I'm saying? So the next element we got will be earth. The foundation your spirit stand on to represent itself, and that's the earth energy. So your earth energy probably crumbled by default. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you stand on to represent yourself, to represent thyself, whatever you presenting and whatever you're trying to correlate, your earth energy ain't there because your earth energy done crumbled in some way, shape, or form. So you went somewhere else as a spirit, and if you know how to get out of that space, then that's good. You know how to get out of that space. But if you don't know how to get out of that space, then you probably should learn how to get out of that space so you won't be in that space for too long. Because eventually, like I said, you will die in that space as a spirit to represent who you are. You know what I'm saying? But your spirit can't die. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Otherwise, how you gonna witness anything? You know what I'm saying? So I don't even mean to say witness. It's just how shit be correlated in this world in some way. You know what I'm saying? But that's how you understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? There you go. And so yeah, the spirit, you got the four elements. Your spirit don't worship the elements. Your spirit uses things like tools and bitches. These are your tools to use to sustain yourself in the reality you're in. Because if you were to leave this vessel right now, there would be nothing here for you to sustain yourself, and your spirit and all this mind states and not organs, but the spirit and his mind states and whatever you want to correlate as life, whatever you think you've seen, would just disperse and leave this reality because it would have no vessel to sustain itself. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like NASA needs spacesuits to go into space. They ain't got no spacesuit. How they gonna sustain themselves out of that orb or in reality, or out of this atmosphere? You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't need no spacesuit if their body was made to go out in the atmosphere like that. So to sustain yourself in that space and location, you're gonna need something. You get what I'm saying? So something ain't made for something, and something is made for something. You get what I'm trying to say? Type shit. But that's the natural shit you can correlate. You get what I'm saying? So you got fire, burning. You need a flame in your world so you can burn the limits of realities. Your imagination burn. The fire is lit. You got water. You can swim. You know what I'm saying? You need that too, so you can swim and emotionalize stuff and have real emotions. You need air so you can think and communicate. So you can communicate the word and a bunch of other different type of stuff so people can hear what you're saying and you can correlate. You know what I'm saying? You need air so you can breathe, float around, or however you want to correlate. That's air. And you need the earth. the earth energy, so you can think and practicalize and make sense out of whatever you imagine. You could be imagining a lot of stuff, but you might not say it. You might not put it in the air, so you can communicate whatever you're thinking about. You know what I'm saying? Because it might not make sense. So what's the point of it coming out of your mouth if it don't make sense? We could think about a bunch of dumb shit, but what's the point of you communicating it and putting it in the air for other people to hear if it don't make sense? So for it to make sense, you need the earth energy. So you can make it make sense, so you don't sound dumb in every reality you're in, because you know if you on earth with a bunch of people, they don't want to hear you say no outlandish wild shit from outer space that don't got nothing dealing with something dealing here. You know what I'm saying? So you need the earth element so you can make things make sense. And so you can correlate whatever you're trying to do, think about. You know what I'm saying? But that's to show you that we do got imagination. And our imagination don't have to make sense. Our imagination beyond these words and physicals and this and the third. You know what I'm saying? That's true too. But if you do want to correlate the earth energy and whatever you're getting into and this, that, and third, then the earth energy will be there for you so you can make it make sense. And you can know how to go about it because it makes sense. And you got the right mindset to do what you're trying to manifest or whatever. You know what I'm saying? There you go. You know what I'm saying? So you got the air. You got the air, earth, fire, water elements. There you go, 4 elements. And your spirit don't live under none of those elements. Your spirit don't worship the elements. The elements just get used as tools. That's it. That's all. And that's the end of the video because I can't go for 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But that's it for this video. And this is Planet 9 just speaking about the elements and the spirit so you can understand what the spirit is. And if you read the Bible and they say the spirit is the air or the breath, you can't see the air. You can't see the breath. So they're trying to correlate whatever mind state they was in to correlate whatever the spirit is and give it a name and title and a shape and form. You don't even want to call the spirit because you already tying language to it. So the only way you can understand what I'm saying is for me to use a title and language for you to understand what I'm pointing at in the spiritual realm. So these were mind states people were in a long time ago. And since they put a stamp on it or a label, that would be a representation for us in this time to correlate what they was doing. So you can understand that same mind state. So words are real, but you don't have to get lost in the word. These are just tools for us to understand what we're looking at. You get what I'm saying? So this letter M, that's a sigil. That's a spelling. You get what I'm saying? But if somebody made that sigil, now you know what an M look like, and we both can. It's necessary for both of us to communicate, so we both know where we're coming from. You get what I'm saying? But it was, since it's man-made, that has nothing to do with the spirit realm. You get what I'm saying? You gotta know the difference from what you're looking at and what's actually going on, and what shapes and forms really be around this. You get what I'm saying? That's how you record it. But I ain't gonna go for 15 minutes. So that's all I want you to understand when I say the spirit is no thing, and don't tie the spirit to anything. And if you do read the Bible is right, but it's not what you read, it's how you read. So you can understand what you're reading, you can understand how to read, so you can understand what they're actually saying. And certain stuff, so you can understand mind states and stuff, and what people actually doing back in those days, making them. You know what I'm saying? Or otherwise, things would just be wow. You know what I'm saying? I can go on forever about that, but I can't go over 15 minutes or whatever. But yeah, Planet 9, I'm out, bro. Peace.